spooky stuff, man. Some spooky stuff. Hubbard taught that the collateral damage of the OT3 incident continues to manifest on an individual and collective basis even unto today. The problem concerning Louis Farrakhan, the problem is many of our leaders have become arrogant. They will not admit their time is up. It's the time of the Rastafari, who can raise the great men up higher than they ever were. But those great men will not come sit in the dirt with the Rasta man. He said he met with Elijah on the wheel in an out-of-body experience, and Elijah told him to do something. He has not did it yet. He names the Savior's Day, the time, and what must be done. The poles are shifting, people. We'll die. What are you going to do? What are you doing? Remember those symbolic 60 years, which ended in 1990? Maybe that's why you cannot or don't know what to do. Your programming has gone out. But you are too arrogant to listen to the Rasta man. The master was right about you. I speak that I know. My voice is wisdom of the Ancient of Days. I'm the Rastafari, Ital Ivan I, and you are now in tune. On the one, the force itself. At this time we call it the Master Blaster Jamming. Many of you have fallen asleep by the rhetoric symbolic of the two FOI, or security, standing behind the minister who seems to be drugged. They appear to be zombies. This is symbolic of the masses. The minister made two very clear blunders. One was, he said that the mother plane was a man-made planet with angels upon it. Ask yourself, why would angels be commandeering a man-made planet? Second blunder, he stated that the man-made plane, called the mother plane, the New Jerusalem, and that it was toxic, just as the earth is toxic. Now, how can the New Jerusalem be toxic, and how can it fit within a half a mile by half a mile plane? The New Jerusalem. Nibiru, the reality, is 4 times the size of the earth. We must examine this video. We must ask, what is the purpose? Foremost, the minister in the 2010 address said nothing about current pole shift, but said that every word coming out of his mouth, you will meet it shortly, to only open a dead can of worms, which is now 20 years old. Please note that the Buddha sat under a Bodhi tree and became enlightened. And the sage sits in one place and all things happen. Having said that, we must question so-called authority. By the spiritual science, the message of the Nation of Islam was over in the year 1990. This fact cannot be refuted by the Nation of Islam. The teachings of Elijah Muhammad came in a time when the black man, would-be nation, was mentally dead. So they had to be told things like the Yaku theory, but today we know that Anunnaki created the Aduma from the Sumerian text. So we see Farrakhan is himself under a great spell. He cannot speak of the Anunnaki or anything else he has to by divine laws speak from a freeze frame which is outdated information. We know that Nibiru is 4 sides the Earth, and that's greater and more powerful than a plane a half mile by a half mile. And Nibiru need not send bombs mile into the Earth. Nibiru will destroy the whole planet. We can witness now, the closer it gets, the more we feel it. We can plainly see the minister is no value to us currently if he don't use his money and power to help his race or any other man to survive the coming pole shift in the year 2012. Hold tight. We'll be right back. You are now in tune on the one, the force itself at this time you call the Master Blaster Jamming.